Hey guys, Megan here, and time for my first book to movie comparison video. So the other day I went to go see the Vampire Academy movie, and I was having really mixed feelings when I was going to the theater. Because on one hand, I knew the guy who directed Mean Girls directed this movie, and I loved Mean Girls. But I was terrified that it would not translate well to the movie. Like, I was afraid that they were gonna make the movie too funny and like have the humor outweigh the more serious moments in the movie. But at the same time, I was also afraid of them doing the complete opposite and doing what they did with the Mortal Instruments and basically make the movie so serious to the point where even the funny lines were not funny. So I was worried they would not find that, like, balance. But thankfully, I was totally wrong. Like, I am extremely critical with movies that were translated from books. I was pretty satisfied with the outcome of the Vampire Academy movie. And for those of you who have not seen the movie yet, I suggest you click away because this video is going to have spoilers in it. So I felt that the director and cast and everyone who helped with the movie did a really, really good job. And the fact that I'm saying that means something, because I am extremely critical with movies from books. I felt they stuck true to the book, but at the same time, I do understand they have to change things. So I always try and keep that in mind when I go see movies like this. Though at the same time, it is hard, because if I really love the book, I'm going to be devastated when the movie doesn't turn out good. But I like how they did this. They did change some little details, like Lissa and Rose were on the run for about a year versus 2 years. But you know what? I can live with that. That's like really minuscule. I like the fight scenes. I felt the cast did a good job, like, expressing the characters, and the scriptwriters did a good job, like, putting characters' personalities into the dialogue and everything. Most of my issues were like little nitpicky things that would have made the movie better if they had included, in my opinion, but at the same time, they weren't super required. Like, I kind of wish they explained more what a blood whore was, because I went with my mom and she's like, what? I really liked how they, like, introduced the different races in the movie. I felt it was really simple. It took very little time, so it's not like they spent a half hour or 45 minutes just explaining what the Moroi, Strigoi, and Dhampires were. And it made the movie interesting. I had kind of mixed feelings about how soon they brought the Strigoi in. Like, in the book, we don't see a Strigoi until the end when Natalie goes Strigoi. In the movie, a group of Strigoi attack the Guardians, Rose and Lissa, as they are bringing them back to the Academy. Which I thought, for the movie, it worked well with introducing the Strigoi, you know, added some action in there to, like, keep people from getting bored. But I kind of like that shock of having our first Strigoi sighting in the book being Natalie, a character that we have slowly kind of gotten to know, and I feel it's just a bigger shock and punch to the gut, so to speak. I just felt that would have been more powerful, I guess, in the movie, seeing the first Strigoi in the movie be Natalie. So I don't have any serious issues with how they introduced the Strigoi. I found it interesting. I also kind of wish they had a little more flashbacks, like, and gone into a little more, just a little more, not like a lot, just a little more depth about why Lissa and Rose left. Like, I feel in the movie, it came off as like, oh, this crazy teacher tells Rose to take Lissa away, and she does. No, that's only part of it, I felt, in the book, you know. It didn't really show Lissa going quite as crazy as she was going slowly in the book. So I felt that would have been like a little nice thing to go into a little more depth, show that spirit does make you go insane, and show how. I felt they did a decent job, you know, like, showing the bond that Lissa and Rose have. You know, I thought that was going to be a difficult thing for them to, like, show, but they did a good job. One thing in the movie that they added that was kind of weird, well, two things. One being that weird dream Lissa has of, like, Christian going Strigoi and, like, having Strigoi attack the school and Lissa going Strigoi. I thought that was just a weird scene they added in. And I'm like, okay, what? Another thing that was really weird was, like, the blood splurting thing with the wrist with, like, Mia and Jesse and the other kid whose name I'm blanking on too. I thought that was really weird. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Why do you guys have that in there? And I extremely like how they didn't totally make Rose's and Dimitri's budding romance like the focus of the film. That would have been horrible, because that is not the focus of the film. That's kind of like a semi-side thing. So I'm glad they stuck with that, you know, had it be part of the movie, but it didn't overshadow everything else. And the fact that the Guardians are like really unfairly disputed would have been nice to at least bring up in passing. Just as a reminder that not all Moroi are royals. The royals get better treatment. I loved seeing Natalie turn. Well, not seeing the actual action of her turn, but just seeing her as Strigoi was really good. You know, it showed that, yeah, this isn't the sweet little awkward girl who talked too much that we have seen the rest of the movie. This is an evil killing machine. I did like how they had Rose kind of try to fight her. She failed, mind you, but seeing her try but fail was nice. And just seeing Rose hesitate was good. It kind of... Because in the book, we just had Rose freeze up and Natalie beat the crap out of her. Here we have Rose, she got her hand on a stake, but she couldn't drive it home. She just couldn't because she knew Natalie. So that kind of tied in with what Dimitri said earlier in the film, like, you can't hesitate. They may be someone you know, but you cannot hesitate. It's not them anymore. I like having that, and then at the end have Rose hesitate still. So that was well done. I kind of like that little tie-in that we didn't get in the book. So I like how that ended, like, nice little action there. And then we had nice little heartfelt gathering of people, and then Lyssa giving this awesome speech and interrupting the Queen. Well, I thought that was like a nice little message that Lyssa was giving out. I kind of was iffy with that, because I'm like, that seems a little bold for Lyssa at this point. Because I've read the rest of the series, I just haven't gotten reviews up yet. I felt Lyssa, that's something Lyssa would have done later in the series, not in the first book. But that's just me. And then we have like the little exchange between Lyssa and Dimitri after that, being like, yeah, we can't be together. Not just because of the age difference, but because we're both gonna be Lyssa's guardians, hopefully. And if that happens, we can't put each other first, we have to put her first. When Rose fakes him out for that kiss and like flips him and she's all happy because it's like, yay, I finally got one up on you, woo woo. And just, that was really funny and sweet, and I love that. Then we go to her, you know, running into the crow or raven that Lyssa brought back from the dead, and she's like, come, my Shadowkiss soulmates. And, you know, the bird flies off, and she's just like, fine. I never liked you either. So, ended on that funny note, but then you think that's gonna be the end. But no. No, it's not the end. We zoom out into, like, the forest around the academy, and in this giant cave-like thing, there are hundreds and hundreds of Strigoi just kind of waiting there. And the sun is setting, and it's just like, holy shit, all those Strigoi are near the school. Oh my god. And I just thought that was a really awesome way to end it. That obviously wasn't in the book, but oh my god, I love that ending. Like, it made me want to watch more, and I'm just like, no. No, please let there be a second movie now. I want to see where that goes. So other than, like, you know, those tiny little nitpicky things, I thought the movie was really good. But I felt those little changes worked, and I didn't see too much of a problem with them. You know, gotta understand, they have to try and fit, like, a whole book into, like, an hour or hour and a half-ish. But all in all, for a book-to-movie adaptation, I thought it was really good, and I approve. So that's all I can really say without going through the entire movie, like, scene by scene. So yeah, I highly recommend people go and see it. It is good and well done, and it made me very happy. See you guys next time.